Hello and welcome back to Man v Film. It's time for Arrow Video's July announcements. We've got 7 titles here. I've not really looked at them other than just what the titles are. We're going to do it together. So let's dive in and have a little look. So first up, we have Red Sun, the greatest fighting machine the West has ever known. Two desperados, one hellcat, and a samurai, the greatest fighting force the West has ever known. Cultures collide in Terence Young's East Meets West classic Red Sun, shot in Almeria, Spain, and starring four intercontinental superstars: Charles Bronson, Toshiro Mifune, Ursula Andress, and Alain Delon. Red Sun is a Western with a global flair like no other. A ceremonial samurai sword intended as a gift to the US president from the Japanese ambassador is stolen by the devilishly rogue Ghosh. To restore their honour and return the sword to its rightful owner, disgraced samurai Kuroda, double-crossed bandit Link Stewart, and femme fatale Christina must set aside their differences and hunt down the merciless Ghosh across the beautiful vistas of the American West. Red Sun has something for everyone: samurai swords, revolvers, grandiose set pieces, and an exquisite score from Maurice Jarre. Uncover the hidden gem of a Western in this astonishing presentation. Sounds great. This is an American-only release. If it was coming here, I would, yes, seriously consider that. I want to see that film. It sounds pretty great. I've got the high-def Blu-ray presentation, the lossless English mono audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We've got a new commentary, a global Western, a new appreciation. We have the Ghosts of the Samurai, a new visual essay. We have the Man with the Golden Tooth, a new appreciation of Alain Delon. Pour le Cinéma, an archival behind-the-scenes look at the film. Un Journal du Cinéma, an archival television interview with Terence Young and Toshiro Mifune. Theatrical trailer, image gallery, and a collector's booklet. And sounds really good. I would like to see that at some point. Next up, we have a double feature of Sex and Fury and Female Yakuza Tale, limited edition Blu-ray. Artwork looks really fantastic. It looks like both films on one disc. Following their genre-defining female delinquent classic Girl Boss Gorilla, director Norifumi Suzuki and action star Riko Ike would join forces once again for the shocking Sex and Fury, pulpy and bathed in lurid violence of the highest order. The film would beget the sequel Female Yakuza Tale, directed by none other than the king of Euroguro, Teruo Ishii. In Sex and Fury, deadly swordsman Okio Inosuka is looking for the men who killed her father and finds herself infiltrating a sordid den of sexually deviant Yakuza involving a British secret agent and a twisted international scheme that could alter the fate of Japan. The sequel sees Ocho captured by devious Yakuza who use Chinese women as drug mules, forcing her to use her sharp wits and blade to fight her way out. Unparalleled levels of sleaze and violence combine in a haze of psychedelia with this deadly jewel of Japanese exploitation, representing a high watermark of 1970s toy Yakuza madness. I'm already seeing a change in whoever's working the blurbs for Arrow because they are selling the hell out of these films. Are they any good? I don't know. They sound amazing, that's for sure. We've got high-def Blu-ray presentation of both films, lossless Japanese mono audio for both films, English subtitles for both films, archival audio commentaries for both films by Japanese cinema expert, Naked Vengeance, a brand new interview about the films, reversible sleeve, original theatrical trailers, and a collector's booklet. Yeah, sounds good. I'd love to hear more. Next up, we have The Outfit, with Jodon Baker and Robert Duvall. Before he embarked on a roaring rampage of revenge with 1977's Rolling Thunder, director John Flynn made The Outfit, a hard-boiled thriller par excellence, based on a novel by Richard Stark, aka Donald E. Westlake, one of the greatest crime writers who ever lived. And surprisingly, I'm actually working my way through his Dortmunder books at the moment. I think I'm up to book 7, which has been pretty fun. Earl Macklin is a professional thief. Once upon a time, he and his brother Eddie robbed a bank together. Unfortunately, the bank was owned by a criminal syndicate, The Outfit. Now, Eddie is dead, and it looks like Earl is next, but The Outfit hasn't counted on Earl's iron will. Released from a 27-month stretch in prison, Earl wants to get even, and with girlfriend Bet and best friend Cody, he begins a private war to avenge the death of his brother. The entire criminal underworld is about to learn an unforgettable lesson. Never mess with Earl Macklin. Yes. Honestly, because of my love of Westlake at the moment, I probably will jump on and get this. I've heard about The Outfit. I haven't seen it. I've heard great things about it. I love these kind of idea of stories. It sounds very familiar. It's probably been remade several times already, but I want to see this. I want to see it with the cast that's involved. It's a brand new restoration from the original 35mm camera negative by Arrow Films. We've got a Blu-ray presentation with the original and alternate ending options available via seamless branching. Lossless mono audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We've got a brand new commentary, The Man with the Gateway Face, brand new appreciation of Westlake. Totally there for that. Paths Not Taken, new appreciation of the film. Tapping into the Outsider, brand new featurette on The Outfit and the Parker novels. I've not read the Parker novels, but they're definitely on a list to get to at some point. Archival interview with filmmaker Walter Hill on director John Flynn. Theatrical trailer, image galleries, reversible sleeve, and collector's booklet. And I think I'm going to get that one. I want to see it. It looks like entirely my thing. And just where I am sitting just now, having binged quite a few of the Dortmunder novels, not dipped into the syndicate as yet, but absolutely really interested in this. Then we have Soylent Green. It's available on both 4K and limited edition Blu-ray. Let's see. In the year 2022, people are still the same. They'll do anything to get what they need, and they need Soylent Green. Across a 40-year career, Richard Fleischer directed classic movies in almost every decade he was working, from the epic swashbuckling of the Vikings to the psychological chills of 10 Reglington Place, and of course, Soylent Green, a dystopian science fiction thriller with a venomous sting in its tail. In a friendly, prescient world of overpopulation and ecological collapse, resources are scarce. While the elite live in spacious, walled-off communities eating natural food and drinking clean water, the masses live in squalor, collecting water from communal taps and eating highly processed food wafers made by the Soylent Corporation. Soylent Red and Soylent Yellow are a staple. But now there's a tastier, more nutritious option, Soylent Green. When a member of the Soylent Corporation's board is murdered, Detective Robert Thorne is called in to investigate. His search for answers will lead to a shocking discovery. A brand new 4K restoration from the original 35mm camera negative by Arrow Films. We've got a 4K UHD Blu-ray presentation, original lossless mono audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, archival audio commentary with director Richard Fleischer and star Lee Taylor Young, brand new commentary with Michael Brook and Johnny Mains, Charlton Heston at the BFI, an on-stage interview. Richard Fleischer, again at the BFI, and another on-stage interview. A look at the world of Soylent Green, a vintage featurette. MGM's tribute to Edward G. Robinson's 101st film. A theatrical trailer, image galleries, reversible sleeve, and collector's booklet. I like Soylent Green. It's a kind of fun film. Yeah. Seems like the kind of average Arrow release I would expect now. As is Falling Down, which I haven't seen in a number of years. Again, you can get it in the 4K or you can get it in the limited edition Blu-ray. Can't get a double pack because that's just too much work. We have A Tale of Urban Reality. In 1993, director Joel Schumacher delivered one of the most provocative studio thrillers of the decade with Falling Down, a darkly comic, razor-sharp portrait of modern urban frustration, starring Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall at their very best. On a sweltering Los Angeles morning, a man known only as Defense abandons his car in a gridlocked traffic jam and sets off across the city on foot. He just wants to go home, but his path is marred by increasing everyday irritations that escalate into explosive confrontations, leaving a trail of violence in his wake. Trying to piece together these events is veteran cop Pendergast, whose quiet final day before retirement becomes a chaotic hunt for a dangerous man on the edge. As the paths of these two very different men converge, the question as to whether Defense is a victim of oppressive society or a man showing his true colours becomes unavoidable. We have a brand new 4K restoration approved by the cinematographer. It's available on HDR10 compatible. It's newly restored 2.0 and 4.0 surround audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We've got an archival commentary. Man in the Edge is a brand new interview with the screenwriter. At War with the World, brand new interview with the composer. Going Home, a brand new location featurette visiting the real-life Los Angeles sites. Deconstructing Defense, an archival interview. Original trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve, and a collector's booklet. I like this movie. It has been 20 odd years since I last seen it, maybe 30. So I remember elements of it. It probably needs a revisit more than anything. Then we have Hush, which is available on 4K only. Silence can be a killer. Before The Haunting of Hill House and Dr. Sleep, writer Mike Flanagan delivered Hush, a lean, nerve-shredding exercise in minimalist terror. Co-written and starring Kate Siegel, the stripped-back home invasion thriller showcases the filmmaker's mastery of sustained suspense. Maddie, a deaf novelist living in a secluded woodland isolation, finds her hard-won peace shattered when a masked killer appears at her window. Cut off from help, she is forced into a brutal game of cat and mouse where silence becomes both her greatest vulnerability and her only weapon. As the night deepens, Maddie's survival will depend on ingenuity, resilience, and sheer strength of will. Claustrophobic, cleverly constructed, and relentlessly tense, Hush transforms a simple premise into a masterclass of pure tension, demonstrating that sometimes the quietest films make the loudest impact. So we have a 2-disc edition. So we have reversible sleeve and a collector's booklet. The original version is a UHD Blu-ray presentation, HDR10 of the full colour version. Dolby Atmos and 5.1 audio options. Shush cut audio mix at 5.1. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We have a commentary. We have a picture-in-picture commentary. The Dance Macabre, an interview with Mike Flanagan. To Stand Alone, interview with Kate Siegel. The Constant Reader, interview with Samantha Sloyan. The Shape of Silence, interview with John Gallagher Jr. Silent Witness, interview with Michael Trucco. One Good Scare, interview with actor Trevor Macy. Violent Strains, an interview with the composers. One Terrible Night, an interview with the cinematographer. Original trailer and image gallery. Disc 2, the Shush Cut, as a HDR10 Blu-ray presentation of the Shush Cut presented in black and white with the revised audio mix. English Dolby Atmos 5.1 audio options and original version 5.1 audio mix. English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. An audio commentary with the director and star, and Mike Flanagan artist talk, feature-length Q&A with the filmmaker. Beyond Fest Q&A with the filmmaker and star, and The Silent Mask, brand new visual essay. Now, I was wondering, as this was a Netflix movie, why it was getting a sort of 4K and what made it stand out. I suppose that second disc, that second cut, makes it a little bit more interesting. I liked Hush. It was a quick, impactful film, and one I haven't seen in a while and would like to revisit. And finally, we have To Live and Die in L.A. Available on 4K only. In the 70s, one of America's finest ever maestros behind the camera, William Friedkin, made The French Connection, The Exorcist, and Sorcerer. In the 80s, he equaled them with formidable To Live and Die in L.A., one of the most stylish thrillers the decade had to offer. When his partner is murdered just days before retirement, Secret Service agent Richard Chance begins an obsessive hunt for his killer. Counterfeiter and all-round psychopath Eric Masters, played by Willem Dafoe in his villainous prime. Beautifully shot by Robbie Mueller, and with a driving score by British new wave act Wang Chung, To Live and Die in LA looks and sounds exceptional in this breathtaking 4K from the original camera negative. We have the UHD Blu-ray presentation and Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible. The 5.1 surround sound option, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, audio commentary by William Friedkin, Taking a Chance, interview with William Peterson, Doctor for a Day, interview with Dwyer Brown, Renaissance Woman in LA, interview with Deborah Fuhr, are so in phase, scoring To Live and Die in LA with the composers, Wrong Way, the stunts of To Live and Die in LA, Counterfeit World, the making of To Live and Die in LA, alternate ending, deleted scenes, stills gallery, trailers, radio spot, reversible sleeve, and a collector's booklet. And To Live and Die in LA is one of those films where it has, like, I've seen this. I think I last saw this. I'm sure I've seen it. But I can't be positive. If I did, it was in the 90s. I know it's supposed to be amazing. I can't remember too much about it. I may need to just pick it up. So here is the July releases. On 4K, we have To Live and Die in LA, which I think is possible. Hush on 4K. We have Red Sun, which I wish was UK, but it's just for Canada and America. The Outfit, I think I'm going to get that. We've got the double pack, which sounds interesting, but I'm not sure. Falling Down on Blu-ray and 4K, and Soylent Green on 4K. An interesting kind of move. A little bit mixed. A little bit unusual, I suppose, in some kind of upgrades there that we come to expect from Arrow. But yeah, if I had to pick one release, it would be The Outfit is one that I really want to see. I would probably follow that up with To Live and Die in LA. But I'd love to know what stands out for you. What makes you sit up and pay attention? What do you go, I want that. That's the one I need to add to the collection. Or what were you looking for? What else would you like to see from Arrow? Let me know in the comment box below. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box are links to Patreon, membership program, and manbefilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.